Hey guys, Resurfing here. I had some cash in my Steam wallet. This game was on sale. It's a game I enjoyed playing the demo of. So we're back with more 60 Seconds Reatomized. And it turns out, if you got any achievements during the demo, it carries over. I got a bunch of achievements when I load this up. Alright, so new game. Do the full experience. Go with Fat Man. That's the normal difficulty, I believe. Begin adventure. Alright, I have to wait for the... Okay, grab that. Or not. Okay, I thought that let me carry more stuff. I guess not. Where's the hatch? Give me you. Oh, this is... I'm doing bad already. Alright. I forgot how to do stuff. Well, that sucked. We are not in a good starting position. We are not in a good starting position. Alright. Let's make it into the shelter just before the blast. That was a close one. As long as we're all together, we can make it work down here. Remember, here canned soup is healthy for you. We can't remember bring those supplies out of the shelter, but we're not complaining. Probably should have stocked it better anyway. +1 bullet. Look, well, we found the suitcase we grabbed upstairs. Good thing we didn't unpack our holiday luggage. +1 card, set of cards. You know that much food, no one's complaining yet, but even canned soup might become an extravagant dish soon. Just barely enough water for everyone. We'll have to ration it strictly. There was enough time to grab everything, but we have something to get started with. Hope it's enough. Okay, yeah, we're not going to do that right now. Stuff surviving in these conditions. Let's hope this will be over soon, or else we might end up dead in some wasteland ditch. It's not something we're looking forward to. So here's my question, is pretty much, in the title, is pretty much almost immediately. Try our best to remain calm. The situation we're in is far from normal, and we might never get used to it. We hope the help comes soon. There's just no need to worry about him, he's okay. Mary Jane is feeling safe, who went in this coffin-sized shelter. It was relatively calm for Dolores. The good Scotty is, Timmy is making the best out of the situation, he even seems cheerful. Which means we can still save up on that, which is good. Contamination of our town is still strong. Scavenging these conditions could result in radiation sickness. Ted is vigorous enough to withstand the hazards of the wasteland. Dolores is confident she will survive outside. Mary Jane is feeling excellent. Timmy seems quite enthusiastic about the trip. Okay, so... schedule an expedition, and we'll do Ted and... Just remember we plan on taking a trip south 2 months. Still there. We're going, right? We're pretty sure they don't bomb warm places. can make it work, even Toronto. Question is, how do we find a boat to get there? That's the best way to get to Europe. God damn it. If Ted doesn't drink anything, it won't last long. Mary Jane is very thirsty as to drink. Where's old Doris wants? Some water for Timmy would be nice. Water I can deal with. Okay, Ted's going, and will Timmy go? Oh, I guess I can only take Ted. Ted with the briefcase, then. Alright. Hello for the service, we hope you'll be back. Equipment suitcase, Mary Jane's no longer thirsty, Doris is no longer thirsty, Timmy's no longer thirsty. They're not hungry, so we're fine. Won't it be fantastic if we would just get out and leave? Walk the surface like we used to, smell the fumes and pollution? Ah, that's the scent of freedom we miss. And now's probably we're into dangerous territory. As long as we're safe, we can stay down here. It's impressive how well Mary Jane is handling the situation. She looks fine today. Doris is quite calm given the situation. Timmy's on his best behavior. How long will it last? Okay, we can wait. She's been off silent today. It's very unlike her. Should we try talking to her? Sure. Let's solve problems better than honest conversation over a hot beverage. We don't have the latter, but talking alone seems to do the trick. Of course, what Mary Jane needs most right now. Doris can't remain thirsty for long. Team is talking about nothing other than water. Okay, so they all need to drink. It's high time to stop wondering about what's going on, start asking questions, or at least listen to some reasonable answers. How about tuning into a radio station, learning a thing or two about the brave new world? We don't have a radio, so we can't do that. Really need Ted to come back with supplies. So ignorance is bliss. Another day without any clue what's going on might not necessarily kill us. Mary Jane's no longer thirsty. Mary Jane's stomach could use a little food. They now all need to eat, which unfortunately... Oh, we just barely can do it. Okay. During the night, we heard some suspicious sounds coming from behind our door. When we peeked out in the morning, we saw a leather suitcase. It has no address or name on it, but we're pretty sure it's meant for us. Should we open it? At this point, why the hell not? So the suitcase, we found some soup, but yuck, expired a long time ago. We're not feeling very well. Some of us spend the whole morning using the bucket in the corner. We're not accepting anonymous gifts ever again. Mary Jane's no longer hungry and caught something nasty. Okay, none of them are hungry at least. We don't have med kits, so we can't do anything there. Mary Jane's been dropping hints. That's a special day for her today. We had to think about it hard, and after eliminating your average festivities, the anniversary of that great barbecue we had 3 years ago, and International Popcorn Day, plus she was talking about her birthday. That means we need to get her a gift. Well, we have cards. I really need Ted to come back. Mary Jane loves cards. We thought she might get herself busy with solitaire, but she started doing card readings. Divination or not, if we don't figure out why the world has gone to hell, maybe she will. Mary Jane's condition isn't any better today. Water is... Okay, they all need water. Enough of this plain, tasteless water. Doris is really craving a cup of coffee. Real, true, blue American coffee. The kind that you can drink 5 cups and still feel sleepy. Where we're going to find that in this wasteland? Well, Doris' favorite diners used to be a few blocks away. Maybe someone should go on a coffee run, but who? You're the one who wants it. You're the one going. We have water. We don't have food. Volunteer came back empty-handed. Apparently the diner is now just a sad hole in the ground with some seats lying around. What a letdown. Ted safely returned from his voyage to the surface. Local supermarket might have seemed like a great place for a safe haven, but unfortunately a band group had the same idea and turned their new home instead. These thugs are heavily armed and able to terrorize the entire area. Maybe stealing from them would be the ideal payback? The way was cleared to the staff room. Inside we found nothing but a water cooler. Free water for employees. Wow, that must have been a dream job. The bands kept some of their guns in the staff room. The good thing about that, none of the raiders were near it, but we were. On our way to a better part of the store, had a few working radios standing on the shelves. We helped ourselves to one of them. A flashlight laying on the ground is an easy way to get your neck broken. Learned this the hard way. It's amazing no one heard the noise. One of the walls was decorated with a big map of the surrounding area. Several buildings had X markings on them. Are there any drugs we can give Mary Jane? Mary Jane's no longer thirsty. Ted's hungry. Ted is tired. Timmy is hungry. Well, we don't have enough food for both, so I'm going to give it to Timmy. Can't send Ted out currently. Dolores is confident. Mary Jane could use some rest, but might manage. Timmy is enthusiastic. Spurs seem to be operating under the assumption that they have all the same rights to the shelter as we do. They're everywhere and don't seem very scared of us. Some way change that. We don't want any more spiders in our soup. No, sir. Well, we can't do anything about that. I'm going to assume that's Mary Jane. So I get rid of spiders with bare hands, feet, and whatever other body parts we could use for lethal anti-spider attacks. Unfortunately, we've underestimated their chances. They're really fast. All we achieved was getting tired. Maybe we'll have more luck next time. Ted still might tired, needs more time to recover strength. Ted needs water to survive. Ted looks very weak. If he doesn't eat today, it might end really badly. Mary Jane's condition isn't getting any better today. Timmy's no longer hungry. Dolores might be starving. I have no food, so I can't do anything. Timmy, go out. Why the hell not? Take the gun with you. He went out to the wasteland. Don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. Dog's very weak. Doesn't eat today, and Ted's still tired. Dog's got one from the grave. He needs to get a drink right now. Drink I can do. I could do that. I wish I knew that earlier. Play a game with a list of things you hate the most, and our neighbor's name kept coming up for some reason. That reminded us that the little weasel had it safe in his living room. I always wondered what's inside. Maybe now's the time to finally find out. Who'll do the honors of stealing the positions of our arch nemesis, Ted? Oh, that's not good. Open the safe, we heard a loud bang, and the room filled with thick, nasty smoke that smelled rotten eggs. The bastard booby trapped the safe. Short slowed us down, but it didn't stop us from taking its most prized possession. Take that, Ned. Too bad we'll never get the stench off our clothes now, and all we got was chest from it. Okay. Or was that Checkers? Ted looks very weak, doesn't eat today, might end really badly, Ted's tired, alright. Yeah, I can't feed them. Over the name of Freedom came a shout from outside the door. We weren't sure who claimed to be representing Freedom, but we could hear it was a group of people, probably armed. Anyone who introduces themselves like that is probably planning to kill someone in the name of Freedom. Should we open it? No. Stayed silent until the group on the other side of the door went away. They didn't show up afterwards, so we figured it was the wisest thing to do. Let's just hope they don't come back in greater numbers. Ted needs to eat. Regine needs to eat. He'll cure Major soon, knows what will happen. Dolores has barely any strength left, she doesn't eat. Well, I can't do anything about that. We thought phone calls were a thing of the past after the atomic bomb obliterated everything in our little town. However, a phone booth on our street survived the bombing somehow. It seems it's ringing right now. We should send someone to answer it. Well, might as well make you sick too at this point. Ted is dead. There's the phone. We could clearly hear a gasp of relief from the caller. They introduced themselves as survivors from the nearby town of Hill Valley. Started exchanging information when the call was cut short. Something must have gone wrong on their end. They'll get back to us. Mary Jane's condition isn't getting any better. Water I can do. There are only so many days a man can survive without food. Ted was drawing. It was too much for him. He starved to death. So anyone who can rescue us from this hellish situation is our government. You can badmouth them all you want, but that probably means you're either a naysayer or a commie. God damn it. We're good citizens, we've been paying our taxes regularly, so we're sure Uncle Sam is coming to get us. Well, except that one time when we... Never mind. The government people are coming, and we should keep our ears and eyes open for any sign of them. Alright, radio. Make contact. The military is out there and they're coming for us. All we need to do now is wait patiently. The soldier with the boring voice was very specific about this. Help is on the way. We just need to wait for further instructions to keep our radio in working order. Region is starving. Doris needs to eat. And I have no food, so we're probably screwed. Stumbled upon a weird signal when changing radio frequencies. We're pretty sure that behind layers of terrible stack and rooms we could hear a voice. Voice being a foreign language. Oh dear, what if it's the Soviets? Should probably listen to it, but what about the children? Listen. Please, please have food. Mary Jane left. Okay. Oh, and now we have a medkit. Okay. Relieved at first we figured out it was the Soviets we heard. Turned out it was Canadians, which isn't that much better. God damn, I forgot how stupid this game is. Alright. By the way, they're foreigners and we couldn't understand what they were saying. Now a word, how disappointing. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. It's an untouched store with many products inside. Even different food than tomato soup. A real treat in these post-apocalyptic times. We're about to reach it. A terrible noise made us stop in our tracks. Something heavy fell straight from the sky, crushing the store and destroying it completely. With our dust cell, we realized we were looking at a spaceship. Doesn't look like in Timmy's comics. Could it be? Saucerman from Mars? Why does it bear an American flag on the side and the logo of something called Astro Citizen? Could it be infiltration? Cracked little alien buggers. With a bunch of metal space junk, we found a tired old teddy bear and some supplies. Bear looked disappointed. We ended up turning him around. We could not handle his judgmental button eyes. 2 soup and 2 water. Someone stuffed a bunch of items into a big sock. Not sure how the sock made it through the crash, but somehow succeeded at protecting the supplies inside. A med kit. This last expedition got us thinking, maybe we could just drive away from this nightmare somehow. Of course, most of the automobiles available are completely burned out, but if we find a solid base and scavenge enough parts, perhaps we could build a vehicle of our own. Better keep an eye out for those on future expeditions. Doris has barely any strength left, she needs to eat, we can spare any food for Mary Jane, and eventually she reached a boiling point where her stare was enough to kill. She left without a word. We knew she would probably become a highway woman and get all the food cans she would ever need. There we go. Not certain about the situation on the surface. A trip could be risky, but we could use supplies. Doris says she's fine. Timmy cannot go out. Ted's dead, and who knows where Mary Jane is. Both matches is never a good idea. Doing so in a tiny underground shelter is probably even lower on the good idea scale. A few matches later, we ended up with flames looking up one of the walls. Time is short, we need to put it out and save our supplies. What do we save? We literally only have the radio. We might as well save it. Which we apparently did... Actually, no, I know what that achievement is then. Alright. As close we're able to put out the fire, nothing seems to be damaged, at least not very badly. Let's just hope this doesn't happen again, or we might need to call the firemen. Are there even any firemen left? Doris has barely any strength left, as she doesn't eat tonight. She'll not last till morning. Doris came down with sickness. Timmy's very hungry. Timmy needs to rest a bit longer. Timmy was cured. Oh, wait. They're only hungry. Okay, we do not need to do that then. Let's dig around. It's time to visit the surface and look for some additional supplies. Someone survives blast. Maybe someone's still alive. Let's find out. Oh, does the briefcase let you take more? Wish I had realized that earlier. Take the map. Take the gun. We'll see what ends up happening here. We're just on our way to the surface. Let's hope she'll make it back safe and sound. Timmy's hungry. Timmy still isn't rested. So I peek outside for just a minute to see if the store around the corner was still standing. We were about to step out. We heard a growl in the darkness. A pair of ferocious eyes appeared a few feet away. We only had moments as I would do. All we have is a flashlight, so let's use that. Decided to check out what's coming for us with our flashlight. Guess what? It was a dog. The poor thing seemed tired, so we let it stay with us for the night. Next morning, we opened the door, let it out. It still hasn't returned. Hopefully, it'll come back later. Timmy keeps falling asleep in his chair. He needs a few days to rest. Timmy's no longer hungry. Looking for his apple juice, but right now we should get him some water. Alright. We're wondering what happened to Uncle Brian. He should have been far from where all the bombs fell, but no one knows for sure. It'd be great to find out. He always looked on the bright side of life. God damn it. Uncle Brian. He always looked on the bright side of life. I get it. Okay. Musha too, but it's not easy. Say, didn't we have a photo of him tucked away in one of the books at home? Well, we don't have it now. I hate that knocking. And so we're left with no foes, no news, no happy thoughts. The world's too cruel. Timmy still isn't rested. Oh, he doesn't need that. They met a bunch of people dressed in what looked like Halloween doctor outfits. They claimed to be a field hospital, moving from place to place and attempting to help those hurt by the hazards of the wasteland. Problem is, some of the supplies got eaten by something that looked like a Sasquatch. I guess we have any spare hydrogen peroxide, aka water, and we do actually, so... What is this? Wait for instructions. Wait for instructions. Make contact. Okay. God, that's life goals. Alright. They asked for doctor licenses, but all of them claimed they left them in another pair of trousers. Vinder asked if it was just the one pair. We gave them a water bottle and wished them good journey. And looked at the trousers. Timmy's rested finally. Does not need to eat, so we're fine there. Expect the post-apocalypse to be of time, peace, and quiet since, you know, most people aren't around anymore. Yet here we have someone at the door. Opened it up, we encountered a strange-looking man in a blue jumpsuit who asked us to trade him a water chip. A water chip? What the hell is that? We're fine. We can do this. We explained politely that we could have a water chip. We were happy to share some water with him. The man was visibly disappointed, but thanked us for the water and even left us his gas mask. Odd. Could have used that a while ago. Timmy needs water. We can do that. Working radio, why not use it? We'll be able to catch a broadcast or two, alright. Not the knocking again. Some friendly soul on the radio was talking about a supply pack she'd lost during a trip through our town. We immediately realized she must have driven through our street. Rushed down and got the package before anyone else. 2 water and 1 soup. Timmy's no longer thirsty. Timmy's very hungry. We were visited by a young woman today. She's on a mission to rescue her twin brother who went missing after he challenged a local bandit leader for a duel. So they've been observing us for a while, and they were hoping to visit us together eventually. Then her brother went missing. She asked that we help her reunite with her brother and promises we will not regret it. Up. Jumped eagerly at the opportunity to help someone. We wouldn't have time to eat, sleep, or gather supplies for ourselves, but won't get help from us tonight. Don't think Dolores is coming back from the surface. It's been too long. Timmy's no longer hungry. Of all places we could perish, this is probably the best one, or maybe not. End at 25 days. Problem is, I would have lost anyway, because I'm pretty sure half is someone in here. Let's try challenge. So all family members, a med kit, gas mask, radio, gun, 3 water, 3 soup. Give me that. Where is she? Well, I failed. Yeah, we're just gonna restart this one. I hear your stupid... There it is. Okay. I heard that tuba. I don't know where the medkit is. Alright, it was worth trying. What is memories? Okay, it's just my stats, okay. Oh. Right, that takes out 2Y. Okay. More water. We lost Ted. Okay. That may actually end up being a good thing. Oh. Okay, got it. He has to make it. Okay. Noticeably default to Dolores this time. Alright, let's see. Get over here. And I'm not going to have time to do anything else. Alright. I feel like it's a better position than I had before. I need to actually look up what those achievements are, because I'm very close to that one. Okay, we're actually not that bad. All of us made into the shelter just a second before the blast. That was a close one. As long as we're all together, we can make it work down here. Over here in canned soup is healthy for you. From the shelter door, we know some of the shelves were already stocked. Can't always say we recall putting all these supplies here, but we're definitely going to put them to good use. Plus one check or a chessboard, whichever one it is. We found the suitcase we grabbed upstairs. Good thing we didn't unpack our holiday luggage. Plus one radio. Our shelves are full of cans. We'll eat from cans. We'll sleep on cans. We'll even talk to cans. Some of us already do. So there's barely enough water for everyone. We'll have to ration it strictly. It's the best stocked shelter we've ever seen. We've never seen another one, but we're sure it's a good amount of supplies. Okay, we don't... No reason to ration. Stuff surviving these conditions. Alright. Easy to feel a bit down when living underground like this. No sunshine, no sky. We need to get rid of that pessimism and try to bring some cheerfulness into our lives. Doris is quite calm because of the situation. Ted's not complaining today, at least not very much. Virginia isn't worried, or at least she's not saying so out loud. No news is good news. There's nothing new going on with Timmy. We have no reason to worry there. We'll send Ted out on the trip. Someone found a weird signal when changing radio frequencies. We're pretty sure that behind... Oh, yeah. Okay, we're listening to the radio. Everyone needs water. We were relieved at first when we figured out it was the Soviets we heard. Turned out it was Canadians. Alright. Alright, take the gas mask. Take the gun. Go to the surface, we'll be back soon. No longer worry about water. A group of doctors knocked on our door today requesting some supplies. That'd be helpful when refilling their first aid kits. We didn't doubt they were a real deal for a second. They did have lab coats on and everything. Should we help them? We probably shouldn't, but we're going to. As for the doctor licenses, well, them claim they let them in another pair of trousers. Everything's okay with Dolores. Mary Jane's feeling safe. Timmy seems okay. Don't have to worry there. There's not much you can do in this tiny bunker. We need to fight the boredom, otherwise someone might feel like going out to admire the radioactive landscape. Or something really crazy like learning about foreign geography. We need to do something. Well, we have a checkerboard. It is checkers, okay. Game of checkers, a cup of coffee, and a newspaper is all a 1950s man needs. There's no coffee down here, and the paper boy probably got blown up. Yay, checkers. There's one thing we need, it's water for Dolores. Okay, so they're all thirsty. Timmy or Jane need some physical exercise and run outside in the wastelands. It's a bit too adventurous, but they could play tag inside the shelter. It's not like we have any expensive vases or antique dishes down here to be broken. Should we let the kids play? I'm going to regret this, but yes. We lost water from that. Kids were ecstatic. Watching them was a real treat. They looked so happy. When Mary Jane pushed Timmy around, he fell face first on an unopened soup can that was hidden in the corner of the shelter behind some empty bottles. Lucky day for us. I'm sure Timmy's face will be just fine. Oh, maybe not. Alright. And they could all use food. I mean, they actually blew it up. Ah, damn you all to hell. That's something we should have told our neighbors when they blew up their barbecue last spring. It's a good time. Seems they wasted a perfectly good barbecue. Is the graffiti on the wall random? Because before it started with the two-headed cow, this time it has the... Well, I assume it's a cowboy. The past is not wise in our current situation. We need to think of today and tomorrow. We opened the bunker door this morning to let in some fresh radioactive air. We discovered a small suitcase on our doorstep. There's no note on it, and the neighbor's hood seemed empty. Should we take a look inside? Again, I think this is a 50-50. We're going to take a look. Okay, apparently it was good because I got an achievement. Alright. Glad I accepted this sudden gift, and despite our suspicions, it turned out it was just the regular tomato soup that we all know and love. Thank you, kind stranger. Doris needs water. Alright, okay, they all need water. Hopefully Ted comes back with water soon. Didn't expect to get a phone call so soon after the atomic bomb drop, yet here we are. We can clearly hear a phone ringing outside. It must be the public phone booth on the other side of the street. Should someone get it? Alright, Dolores. Oh, she's not sick. We have no water left. There's the phone. We clear here a gas relief from the caller. They introduce themselves as survivors from a nearby town of Hill Valley. Start exchanging information when the call is cut short. So they must have gone wrong on their side. Hope they'll get back to us. Alright. Timmy needs to eat. Okay. Timmy's been sitting there just staring into space. Something wrong? It'd be good to have a little chat with him, sure. Okay, that should be Ted back. No water? Really? The one thing we actually need? Even a word or two? Maybe enough to brighten someone's mood. Timmy seems to be better now. Ted seems to return from his voyage to the surface. It's a quite long walk from our house to the docks. We knew of a promising warehouse in the area. It survived the blast, but the sea wave drowned half of it. We were hoping it wasn't the better half. The half-drowned container in the back was labeled nothing important. It was full of ammo. So much for a rifle. It got damaged during our expedition. Everyone but Timmy needs to eat. This area is still irradiated. Going to the wasteland right now is unsafe unless you don't mind getting sick. Well, patients are wearing thin. We thought it'd be a good idea to take a quick look outside, see if there was any trouble in the area. As we're about to step out, a pair of amyloid, we can't do anything about it. Alright. Those two risky face whatever hard way in the shadows. We do what any sane person would do. We shut the door. The creature was gone next morning. Ted's hungry. And needs water. Everyone needs water. Unfortunately, we can't give water to everyone. You. And I forgot to actually equip her. Whoops. We're on our way to surface. Let's hope she'll make it back safely. We were admiring the radioactive landscape when we saw a young woman dressed in ragged camel clothing. She had a nasty looking rifle, but she held it in a polite enough manner. She couldn't just be a hunter tracking a big mutated spider. She ran out of ammo and told us that if we were to help her out, she'd pay us back in a while. Yes. We agreed, mostly because we're kind of curious what she's planning to do with that spider when she catches it. She doesn't want to say. Maybe one day we'll find out. Ted's still tired. Tim's in terrible shape, but I have no water to give him. Reggie isn't worried, or at least she's not saying so out loud. Alright. As long as we have food and water, we can stay locked in, but we'll have to leave eventually. It'd be good to head straight to safety instead of getting ourselves into more trouble, if that's even possible in this situation. Hopes our brave soldiers will come to rescue us and take us to some well-hidden, well-stocked government shelter. We had comments about those, so you know they must exist. All we need to do is make contact with the military. Well, we have a radio. And Timmy left. We knew the government is not fallen and they're coming to save us. They didn't give exact dates in the radio transmission, but we're sure they won't keep us waiting long. So we'll be in touch in a couple of days and we'll still wait further instructions. We have no water, so we can't do anything there. Ted needs food. Lack of water drove Timmy insane. He opened the shelter door and ran away without looking back. He's not likely to return. It's been a while. We don't know much about what's happening on the surface. If only had a chance to tune to some emergency radio broadcast on a thing or two. We have a radio. We're able to get a weak signal and tap into the government's emergency announcement service, and guess what? Great news. The fallout outside is mostly gone. It should be much safer to travel on the surface now. I can't do anything about the water, unfortunately. Woke up today feeling very uncomfortable. It was like someone or something was watching us. Could have sworn we noticed moving in the shadows. Anything besides alive in the bunker. It's time to teach you who the boss is around here. Well, that's why we have the axe. Alright. Whoever it was, it's dead now. Quite dead. Maybe there's more hiding somewhere in one of those nice little holes. Again, can't do anything about water. About to finish our dinner, if you can call it that, when we heard someone knock on the door. Seems to be a trader who's very interested in ammunition. How about that? We don't have any ammunition. I'm not giving him the checkerboard. And we're dead. Tell the stranger was disappointed, but that was none of our business. If ever was a time to get used to life being disappointing, the end of the world's probably it. Again, inside the shelter, we knocked, we screamed, we tried to pull the trap door open, nothing worked, no one replied. This is either the sickest joke anyone ever played, or people inside are even more secure than we are. Too many days without water took their toll. Ted died of dehydration. Mary Jane found out she's not getting a single drop of water. She got furious. She stormed out into the wasteland, shouting over her shoulder that we'll regret this and that she was getting her water one way or another. We're seriously terrified right now. Alright, what? I felt like we started better on that one, too. You were driven away. Well, technically we lived that time. It might be time for me to go with an easier mode, though. Alright, let's see. Basically, always wants to start with the family. Not what I wanted to do. Grab the water. It's worth a shot. Oh, we're not making it. Alright. We got what we got. Okay, we have a decent amount of water. We have a first aid kit. We have a gas mask. We have the gun. We have a radio. We have the Boy Scout book. So we've got a good amount of stuff from the briefcase. All of us made it into the shelter. Just a second for the blast. It was a close one. As long as we're all together, we can make it work down here. So used to be fully stocked, but somehow we always found a better way to use the stock supplies instead of leaving them for an emergency. Once we had a sleep dinner party, another time we need the rifle to help our neighborhood watch a vicious fight against raccoons. Luckily some of the supplies were left untouched. Okay, so we got the gas mask, the med kit, and the map. Well, here, one of us must have hid this inside the suitcase a while ago, so lucky we took that suitcase. We got the Boy Scout book and a radio. So the full of cans, we'll eat from cans, we'll sleep on cans, we can talk to cans. But water means we don't have to worry about that for some time. It's the best stock shelter we've ever seen. And we can wait. Right down here is no walk in the park. It won't get easier. We're hopeful this will blow over soon and life will be back to what it used to be, or else we might face dangers we never dreamt of. Looks like such a shiny shuttle will make anyone a bit apathetic. We need to stay calm and wait the rescue. Surely they're coming for us, right? Smarty's been calm enough for 10. He's doing well. There isn't anything new bothering Mary Jane. Everything's okay with Dolores. Timmy's on his best behavior. We can wait on that. Okay, we'll start an expedition tomorrow. Something about supply drops on the radio. This just might be what we need to survive. It's supposed to happen near our house. Shall we go out and find out if it's really happening? Yes. And our gas mask is ruined. But we did get more water. Went to get the supplies, and our gas mask got a bit damaged. Note taken, don't stand under a supply drop crate when it's flying out of the sky. Really? Okay. The airdrop crate we found wasn't exactly huge, but contained a few supplies that will definitely help us. We were especially happy to find some water bottles and food cans. For a minute, we thought it was canned meat, but then we found out it was tomato soup. Our theory is that this whole country used to run tomatoes and no one suspected a thing. Where's water when Ted needs it? Getting something to drink for Mary Jane sounds like a good idea. Where's old Dolores once? We're talking about nothing other than water. Okay, we're fine on water. We can do that. About time we chose someone to scavenge the remains. Our town supplies will be Ted. Give him the suitcase. Give him the map. Give him the gun. I would give him the gas mask, but that's ruined. At least we have a med kit. Go for the service, we'll be back soon. Knock knock. This sound always surprises and confuses us. Could mean anything, good or bad. We're always curious. Should we open the door? Sure. It doesn't look like anything good or bad happened there. With the hatch, there's nobody there. Damn pranksters making jokes even after the apocalypse. And everyone's fine. I thought I'd love to see a dancing cockroach. We still haven't, but we saw one that was nearly as big as a cat. Good news is they're probably scared off any rats in the area. The bad news is they're huge and will probably attack us when they get a chance. Squash it with the book, I'm guessing. That was close, and those glowing bugs might have been more than enough to drive us out into the wasteland. Roaches are worse, but reactive roaches, yikes. You spare some water? Mary Jane has been asking about it all day. Dolores needs to drink. Okay, they all need to drink. Know very little about what's going on outside, but it'd be a good idea to find out more. Maybe if anyone else made it safety, radio could help with this. We have the radio. Able to get a weak signal, time to government emergency announcement service, and guess what? Great news. Well, outside it smells gone. It should be much safer to travel on the surface now. Oh. Okay, they all need to eat. There are those sounds, or it's coming from the goddamn walls. They're driving us crazy. Something crawling in the air vents. Relax, take a deep breath. We should probably calm down before we start tearing them down. Maybe try something relaxed for a bit. Well, we don't have anything, so. Where we can really get to you in this shelter. You can leave you dark places, trust us. Timmy is very hungry. Alright, so Timmy needs to eat. Woken up today feeling very uncomfortable. It was like like someone or something was watching us. Because sworn we noticed movement in the shadows. If anything besides us alive in the bunker, some teacher who's boss around here. We don't have anything to do about that because I did not have time to get that axe. I might have had time, but I was not risking it. As we're running around looking for something to smash that furry rodent with, it just disappeared. So did one of our food cans. The question is, how that devil fit through one of those little holes? Mary Jane needs water. Dolores needs water. Timmy needs water. Alright. Alright, well I don't have anything to search there, so... Ted is back. He's not sick, so that's a plus. Going to tight dark tunnel is not a good idea, especially with those weird noises coming from it. They're giving us the creeps, even up here. Ted's safely returned from his voyage to the surface. Oh, we have a new gas mask. On our way to a nearby hospital, which despite heavy structural damage is still standing. The site wasn't pretty though. What used to be inside the hospital is now all over the place. Whatever survived the blast wave anyway. The canteen had a respectable supply of tomato soup. It looks like this was the only thing they fed their patients. Now we're sure it's healthy. There were plenty of bottles of liquid in one of the wards. Peroxide or not, water is water and beggars can't be choosers. One of the surviving hospital beds had a gas mask hanging on it, along with a note that read, "Wear this, patient smells really bad." The patient had an axe sticking out of his back. According to his chart, he was feeling perfectly fine before the atomic blast. We decided he probably no longer needs that axe. Our map really took a beating during our expedition. It's nearly unusable now. Our rifle got damaged. Okay. So this expedition has got us thinking. We could just drive away from this nightmare. Ted is hungry. Ted is tired. Alright, give Ted some soup. Once our message on the surface, the trip could be risky, but if we could release supplies, yeah, we're going to send somebody else out. Xerxes for dinner was interrupted by a raspy voice from outside saying, "Want to buy a rock?" Calm down when we realized the voice belonged to Old Man Jim, who used to live in our town. Well, at least we think he did. Just never quite figured out where he stayed. We should probably answer his question. It's impolite to keep people waiting like that. Yeah, sure, why not? When the door and greeted the old man with a smile, he's eager to show us his bag filled with a rich choice of rocks and convinced us to take one for free for old time's sake. Agreed, carefully chose the best looking rock, and the man left. Can't complain, it's a good rock, really. Also, he brings luck. We'll see about that. Ted is hungry, fair enough. Ted's still tired. Ted needs to drink something. Doris needs to eat. Mary Jane is fine. Timmy is fine. Okay, so Ted needs food and water. Dolores needs food. I'm optimistic about today's expedition. The only thing I want to do is choose the right person to go outside. We'll do Mary Jane this time. Gas mask just in case. And we'll give you the axe. Just because it's something defensive. As you know, it's Zai. Let's hope she comes back soon. Ted is hungry. Timmy needs to drink. Okay. Timmy and Dolores need a drink. And Ted is still hungry. Okay. Ring, ring. There we were, thinking we'd never hear a telephone signal again, when suddenly a phone starts ringing from somewhere outside. We figured it's the phone booth across the street. Should someone go answer it? Timmy, go answer it. Where's the phone? We could clearly hear gasps of relief from the caller. They introduced themselves, survivors from Townfield Valley. Okay, so it's this again. Timmy needs to eat. Okay. It's a joyful time in the Sea of Grief. It's Timmy's birthday today. Just like last year, we waited until the last moment to give him a present. At this time, our options are limited to whatever we can find in the shelter. What's he getting this year? The Boy Scout book. Don't know if Timmy's ever going to be a Boy Scout after the apocalypse, but the Scout Handbook is a deadly spider-killing weapon in his capable hands. He's having fun. Ted needs to drink something. Everything's okay with Dolores. Ted just needs to drink, that's it. Alright. Whoever designed this fallout shelter was a genius, but we can't really tell if that green stuff dripping from the pipe is an included feature. We should probably try doing some bad with whatever we brought down here. Oh, we have the Boy Scout book, so let's try that. I suspect the book is now... No, the book is still good. Okay. Problem solved. No leak, no mess. Back to our tidy little shelter. Ted isn't thirsty anymore. Dolores needs water. Tim needs water. No, not food. There we go. So only food and water, we can stay locked in, but we'll have to leave eventually. It'd be good to head straight to safety instead of getting ourselves into more trouble, if that's even possible in this situation. Because our brave soldiers will come to rescue us, take us to some... Well, okay. Listen to the radio, got it. Good news, the government radio broadcast back striking survivors from our area. The announcer asked everyone listening to wait a while longer, and we expect further communication in a few days. We'll be out here soon. Ted is hungry. Dolores needs to eat. Alright, I can work with that. We put that radio to good use. Something might be on air even now. Is Mary Jane ever coming back? Once we had waded through all the stack, we found a transmission that was hosted by some nut talking about conspiracies and saucer men from Mars abducting people. It was pretty amusing. Ted needs to drink something. Doris and Timmy both up to read. They're also both craving some fun challenge that doesn't include radioactive agony or being eaten by a mean raccoon. Decided to hold a competition on who can read the Scout book faster. Insane. Should we let them try? Sure, why the hell not? There's Mary Jane. The playing cards are new. Oh dear, they basically tore the book apart, and it's impossible to say who won. Both Doris and Timmy seem really content, though. Maybe one book is a small price to pay for their temporary happiness. Nothing makes us happier than the sight of Mary Jane returning to the shelter from the surface. Scavenging for supplies, one should check every possible corner, even if it doesn't seem promising. With that in mind, we ventured into the ruins of the local bank, and find something more than piles of useless pre-apocalypse coins. Looks like the bank was robbed just before the blast. The vault was cracked open with saws hitting the teddy bears. Who does that? Anyway, you can see why they wanted to rob it so badly. The place was filled with tomato soup cans. How'd it end up here? Maybe the mail had delivered to a bank instead of a food bank? +4 soup cans, I'll take it. A shopping bag on the floor next to the counters contained a couple of rotten bananas, a hand cream, a pair of bunny slippers, a bottle of water. To miss all these treasures may have been, we limited ourselves to taking the water. This is how they guarded the place. Unacceptable. In the guard room, we found skeletons of 2 individuals who seemed to have been playing cards with the bombs hit when the bombs hit. Good thing we kept all our money in a really safe place as our special cookie jar in the kitchen. These cards didn't provide much security, but their cards will contribute to high quality shelter and entertainment. Thanks. And our gas mask is damaged again. We went shopping nearby parking lots for a vehicle that wasn't completely burnt out. Unfortunately, we found nothing of value. Maybe future expeditions will be more lucky. Tim needs to eat. Tim needs to drink. Mary Jane needs to eat. Seems awfully quiet outside. Maybe it's safe, maybe it's not. We won't know until we go out. Alright. Rosa's not been very talkative lately. Should we chat with her and find out what's wrong? Yes. Talking to Dolores helped resolve some of her issues and doubts. She feels better now. Mary Jane's diet could use a little food. Okay, so Mary Jane's still hungry. Mary Jane needs water. Dolores needs water. Okay, so water for Dolores and water and food for Mary Jane. Take the axe, and we don't really have anything else good. Alright. I got an achievement for lasting 20 days, it looks like. Tell to the surface, we hope we'll be back soon. Radiant Sky could use a little food. Dolores is no longer thirsty. Dolores needs to eat. Okay. Box or not, we can't ignore kids' educational needs. We spend too much time without her reading a single thing. We need to get him to read again, otherwise we'll grow up to be an alphabetic savage. Well, we don't have anything to do with that, so... We don't need no Sorry. We don't need no education. It's definitely meant to be that way. It's a new world and schooling won't make any difference. It's all about who owns the most cans now. 1 can, 2 cans, 5 cans. Mary Jane's no longer thirsty. Dolores no longer hungry. Tim needs water. Tim needs to eat. Okay. Situation is getting worse every day. We can see the hunger and desperation in each other's eyes. No teacher from local school rescued a bunch of kids when the bomb fell. We also know what kind of supplies are in the school shelter as part of the community. We help stock for an emergency, so technically they're ours, right? Should we reclaim them in our hour of need? I'm gonna say no on this one. Robbing innocent people? Absolutely not. We're not savages. We cannot stoop that low. It's important to keep our values even in these troubled times, especially in these troubled times. Let's set a shining example and leave these poor people alone. Mary Jane needs water. Dolores needs water. Okay. Another doorstep took us by surprise. In it, we found a request to bring some supplies to a set location signed friends. Friends? What kind of friends? We don't know who these people are, but here's our chance to find out. They're promising to make it worth our while. Should we help them? We have enough. We can do it. I may regret this, but... Ours was no turned out to be twin siblings, a brother and a sister. They greeted us happily and took us to a small tent where they started handing out the supplies we brought to a small group of hunger survivors. Between them were people of all ages, including children, the elderly, and even a mime. Ugh. Siblings shook our hands and proclaimed this the beginning of a new friendship. They promised to contact us again soon. Mary Jane needs food. And that's it. Mary Jane needs food. Okay. Sleep-sleeping trader carrying an equally scruffy bag on his shoulder pays a visit. He offered us a simple one-time deal. Just 1 can of soup, we get the bag and all of its contents. You can see what's inside, and the trader gives us angry glances every time we take a step towards the mysterious bag. Should we make a deal? Again, we have enough supplies. I'm going to do it. We apparently got a cat from that. As soon as the door closed behind the trader, the bag started to violently shake, emitting screeching, hellish sounds. Terrified, we backed up against the walls. The beast finally escaped and turned out to be just an angry house cat. The feline gave us a menacing look and probably sat down in the corner to clean itself. Its collar says Sherikov. Is that its name? Dolores needs to eat. And Tim needs water. Okay. That was this plain tasteless water. Dolores is really craving a cup of coffee, real true blue American coffee, the kind that you can drink 5 cups and still feel sleepy. We're going to find that in this wasteland. Well, Dolores' favorite diner is, or used to be, a few blocks away. Maybe someone should go on Coffee Run, but who? Again, Dolores wants it, she can go get it. Sounds like Tim's back. Ted's back, I mean. Oh, Ted, we need to heal you. Alright. Great, we got a whole pot of cold coffee. The taste is weird, and we don't have any sugar or milk to give it flavor, but it'll do. Step up from the bland, slightly irradiated water we've been drinking. I only have a few cups worth of coffee, and we've got to it down in mere minutes. Officer very alert and ready for anything, for the next 5 or so minutes anyway. Ted's return from his voyage to the surface, so I finally check out what we can between the rubble and our own backyard. Our poor lawns and flowers. Once the object of desire of the whole neighborhood, now reduced to nothing. More than radioactive ashes, covered by debris. Oh, to nothing more than radioactive. Okay. I read that end of the G as a comma. There really isn't much left here. The only tree that's left is completely burnt out in a hollow area. Inside the dead husk, some mutated three-tailed squirrels made their home. Pretty good at collecting stuff, hope they don't mind us borrowing a few things. +2 soup. There's a barbecue here almost every weekend. Barbecue itself somehow found its way onto a power line in front of our house, and it's unreachable. Our garden table is mostly destroyed. Under bits and pieces of charred wood, we found a few things that could prove useful. Oh, we got a new gas mask, which is nice. Garage still has 2 walls left, but most things inside are gone. Not even the bicycles made it through the blast, but weirdly enough, the baskets installed on top of them did. Some leftover supplies there from our last bicycle trip. 2 more bottles of water. Ted is hungry. Ted is sick. Alright, Ted. There we go. Yeah, we'll do a supply run. Dane armed broadcast interrupted our, let's just call it breakfast. Anyway, they seem very eager to evacuate us away from here, but then went over several things need to happen before they do it. First on the list is up to us. We have geographical coordinates and need to get to there to leave a sign we're still alive. Should be easy with a map. Too bad we don't have one. We were sure we could find the location without a map. We were wrong. Hopefully we'll get lucky next time. Ted is hungry. Ted needs water. Mary Jane needs water. Dolores needs water. Timmy's hungry. We're going to send Dolores out this time. Take that with you. Take the gas masks, take the axe. Can I do anything with Sherikov? It doesn't look like it. Well, clicking on you does make you make noise at least, so that's something. We're on our way to the surface, let's hope she'll make it back. Ted is hungry. Tim needs water. Okay. Last expedition brought us news of a vehicle parked just down the street. It sure looks unique, but we never got close enough to get a good look. I'm almost certain it's not a bandit trap. Perhaps we should send someone over to check it out. Timmy. Apparently we're fine. Shocking discovery, it was a dirty ice cream truck. It was a little crispy around the edges, and it was also missing wheels and some other crucial parts. The seats were very comfortable. Wouldn't it be amazing to just drive away and leave this reactive hell behind us? Playing the shelter, Sherikov stumbled upon a small wooden box that was hidden behind some loose bricks. It contained some useless memorabilia and a can of old bug spray. Ted's not hungry anymore, but needs rest. Mary Jane needs food. Alright, just Mary Jane needs food. I can work with that. While trying to pet the little devil, we found a piece of paper on its collar with an address scribbled on it. Its previous owner still be around and worried sick? She's so slim, but maybe we should pay them a visit, or at least whatever's left of them. What is this? Oh, okay, got it. That's showing that I can theoretically use it to make a vehicle. Got it. Yeah, we're going to do this. Oh, Sherikov's gone. Grab our new fluffy friend for a little stroll through the waste, only to immediately run to a couple of gentlemen dressed in trench coats, fedoras, and shades. They grit their teeth at the sight of the cat and said they'd been looking for it. It really belongs to their dear old Nan, who loves it dearly. Before we could utter a word, they took Sherikov, thanked us, and left. Cat didn't seem to mind, so maybe it's for the best. Ted needs water. Mary Jane needs water. Despite our circumstances and all the trouble we were going through, Timmy's being very brave. Alright, that works out. Problem is simple. If we don't wash ourselves, we'll get sick. Seriously sick. It smells really bad down here and doesn't seem like it'll get any better in the next couple of days. How about we do something to fix it? Yeah, no, we're not using the bug spray. That's a terrible idea. And Ted is sick. Rose ended. Who cares about showering? You get used to it. Diving shouldn't be hard. It'll be like a camping trip. It will. Oh no, it smells just terrible. Don't puke. Don't. Special stains cover parts of the page. Ted still hasn't recovered his energy. Ted's no longer thirsty. Ted is infected. Mary Jane contracted an illness. Timmy needs water. Timmy needs to eat, and Timmy is sick. Rather go to sleep when we heard scratching coming from the door. At first it sounded like an angry rat trying to eat the damn thing. So we discovered something much worse. Someone is on the other side of the door trying to pry it open. We need to act. Alright, now we'll try this. Using the bug spray seemed like a good idea. Slowed the bandits down, but they still had enough firepower to storm into the shelter and steal some of the food. They left quickly, so maybe we didn't lose all our cans. Ted's still sick. Ted needs to eat. That's all I can do right now. I expect the post-apocalypse to be a time of peace and quiet since, you know, most people aren't around anymore. Here was someone at the door. When we opened it up, we encountered a strange-looking man in a blue jumpsuit who asked us to trade him a water chip. Alright, we'll do that. We're not. Why is Sherikov back? Visitor wasn't very happy that we didn't have a water chip, or that we didn't know what that was. He did help himself to the water we offered him, explains the chip is of utmost importance. If we learned anything more, he left for the wasteland. To our surprise, we found Sherikov back in our shelter this morning. We're not exactly sure why or how it came back. Is there good care appreciates, our kind hearts, optimism, or just our stockpile of soup cans? Only time will tell. Doors came back safely. Need for entertainment took us to the local cinema. A portion of the theater is still standing, including at least one cinema hall. Went in hoping to scavenge something, or at least find some film posters. Nothing left the ticket booth is a door with a padlock on it. The security here must have been questionable. Someone forgot to take the key out. Figure like amongst ruins is not difficult, and the cinema wasn't helping. If it wasn't for our hawk eyes and cat-like reflexes, that flashlight had been in the middle of the movie theater passage could have proven lethal. Our axe did not make it. Ted needs water. I can't do anything about the sickness. Mary Jane needs water. Mary Jane needs food. Dolores needs food. Oh, let me just reread that. Okay, so water, food, water for Mary Jane, and food for Dolores. Okay. Concerned about the situation on the surface, a trip could be risky, but could really use the supplies. The twins are back and they need our help again. Their group is getting pretty big and it's time to start building a small camp of their own. They already chose a place and we're about to start, but a lot of their people got injured in a recent raider attack. It's for meds so they can nurse their group back to health and get to work as fast as possible. We don't have any, unfortunately. We're sorry to do so, but we had to refuse. We need the meds for ourselves. You never know when one of us will fall sick or get injured, and who's to say they would help us as well. There's a point, but they understood. At least we think they did. Mary Jane needs water. Okay. Doris needs food. Doris needs water. So everyone needs water. Except for Ted. So Sir Kinnear go outside the others. Either way, it's time to choose the most able and responsible person for the quest to gather more supplies. Ted, why not? Do we have... He'll give you the gas mask. Alright. Not that it's gonna matter that much. To the surface, we hope you'll be back soon. Mary Jane's no longer thirsty. Doris needs food. Tim needs food. Alright. Running out of food. Goes off in a tiny shelter and supplies are very limited. If we want to survive, it's time for desperate measures. There's a group of elderly people hiding in the ruins of the local retirement home. Unless there's some supplies, in our opinion, we need them more. The well-being of your family is the most important thing in the world, right? Sure. There's an achievement for doing that, apparently. We went, got what we needed, came back. For sure that group will do just fine. Most probably, yeah, absolutely. We got an axe. We didn't even get food, we got an axe. The armed broadcast brought our, let's call it breakfast. Anyway, they seem very eager to evacuate us from here, but then went over several things. We don't have a good map. We can't do it. Oh, we have no food. We're sure we could find the location without a map. We were wrong. Mary Jane needs water. Dolores needs water. Tim needs... Okay, so they all need water. Curiosity almost killed the cat. Sherkov found a tiny wire sticking out from the ceiling and pulled it out. Flashing debris fell on our table. Topped off with a big meowing furball. What is this thing anyway? Nobody remembers it being there before. Can make it angry if we take away the wire, so maybe it's best to leave it, or should we examine that wire? Examine the wire. Oh good, Ted's back. Or not. I heard the door, so I thought Ted was back, but I guess not. Followed the wire outside and found a half-burned out truck with two surprised gentlemen inside, surrounded by an array of blinking bulbs. That's some space tech right there. We're listening to us in on our very own shelter. Their feeble excuse about roadside picnics didn't convince us. Even Timmy knows you can't have picnics here. Car no wheels. Alright, drugs? No, they're not. Mary Jane needs to eat. Please come back, Ted. Really, really need to come back. Favorite radio station stopped broadcasting. We tried other frequencies, found nothing but static. Are all of the stations gone? Maybe we should tinker with the radio to increase its range. I'm going to regret this, but yes. Yep, that's what I thought. We broke the radio. Well, that didn't go so well. And we broke the damn thing. Technology changed so fast these days, it's hard to keep up. Who needs a radio anyway? Dolores needs food. Agents who are spying on us are now at the door and want to explain themselves. Should we hear them out? Sure. Okay, at least we have food again. people waved some sort of ID cards in front of our faces and told us they're on a top-secret government mission. The wiretap wasn't to spy on us, but rather on the cat, suspected of being a Soviet agent. Willing to listen into their super top-secret government safe house if we helped them with some of their top-secret missions. They assured us that they'd contact us again with more details. Looks like Sherikov snuck out to hunt out in the wasteland last night. This morning we found a dead, glowing round on our doorstep. Sherikov seemed pleased with his gift for us and quickly expressed its disappointment when we threw it far away from our home. Nothing good will probably come from touching dead radioactive rodents, though, so maybe we should just have left it where we found it. Ted's back. Some strange-looking people back to our doorstep. They claim to be wizards and were willing to trade useful supplies in exchange for a few weird trinkets. Hearing them out, we decided to look around our shelter for the items they wanted. They were ecstatic about purchasing a pair of old socks, which had been lying in the corner for some time now, living their own life. We got them in exchange for a few bottles of water. One of them placed the socks on her ears and started to dance. They had some food with them that we actually bought with real pre-apocalypse money. I thought the coins we gave them were magical. We didn't argue. They really wanted to sell us their radio. They claimed it was evil and whispers about the return of the Dark Lord. We gave them a bottle cap. They really liked the suitcase. Well, it's gone now. Might sound paranoid, but we think someone followed us. Let's just hope this doesn't happen again. Okay, Ted is hungry. Mary Jane needs water. Timmy needs water and food. So everyone but Ted needs water. And Ted and Timmy need to eat. Okay. Seems awfully quiet outside. Maybe it's safe, maybe it's not. We won't know until we go out. Sure. Social science is becoming boring, and like every Happy Mile family, we don't have that many things to talk about. Is there anything we do about that? Anything at all? Radio. Day 40, apparently. Oh, fortunately we took the radio with us. We can probably listen to some music. They still play music out there, don't they? Okay, so Ted is hungry. Ted is thirsty. Mary Jane is thirsty. I'm pretty optimistic about today's expedition. The only thing I have to do is choose the right person to go outside. Mary Jane, why not? And gas mask just in case, even though you're sick anyway. Should have taken the axe. Oh well. Mary Jane, while outside, let's hope she hurries back soon. Ted needs food. Living in the shelter can really put a strain on personal relationships. Privacy is a forgotten possible concept now, so if you wanted to clear the air, well, even the most private conversations are guaranteed an unwanted audience. Doris and Ted would really use a quiet moment to talk in peace. How about a picnic in a nearby park? Sure. Whether a romantic outing to a ruined post-apocalyptic park, complete with giggling and whispering sweet nothings over shared can of tomato soup. At least that's how Ted remembers it. Doris is unwilling to comment, but they both feel better today, so clearly whatever happened has lifted their spirits. Timmy needs water, Doris needs water. As we were considering alternatives to the canned soup diet, a sudden knock at the door broke our line of thought. Turned out we were visited by a band of survivors who were in pretty bad shape. They wanted to get something to drink, a bite to eat, or at least clean bandages and medicine to attend to their wounds. Okay, you know what? I'm probably going to regret this, but we're going to do it. Well, we have more water than food, so we'll do water. Our visitors had problems finding enough words to express their gratitude. Many tears were shed, smiles and hugs exchanged, and they wished us all the best. It's a great feeling to be helping someone out. They left soon after to seek shelter in the ruins of our town. We hope they make it out. We hope they make it out there. Okay, Ted's still tired. Ted needs a drink. Ted needs to eat. Dolores needs to eat. During the night, we heard some suspicious sounds coming from behind our door. When we peeked down in the morning, we saw a leather suitcase. There's no address or name on it, but pretty sure it's meant for us. Should we open it? Yes. Inside the suitcase, found some soup, but yuck, expired a long time ago. Alright. Ted needs water. Here we're visited by a strange-looking old man who introduced himself as a trader. He insists his prices are so low that it's practically like cutting his own throat. This wouldn't have to be cut me on throat dibbler, would it? What we could do was take a look at his offer, although for some reason we don't really trust him. Yeah, we're not getting rid of the radio. We'd get the map, but we need both the radio and the map, so it doesn't help. Despite his desperate attempts to sell us all kinds of things, so it's not, we turned down the man's offer. It's probably the better. He did look quite untrustworthy. Tim needs water. Dolores needs water. The music from the radio stopped abruptly, and so we got to listen to transmission army. We're almost halfway to the door when we start talking about evacuation. We don't have a map, so we can't do anything about that. Alright. I'm gonna be honest, I was expecting to die by now. We're sure we could find a location on the map. We were wrong. It's also strange on our way back from the expedition. A chain of lights on the horizon, pulsing and flashing chaotic matter. It makes so much sense to us at the time, but when we discussed it in the shelter, Timmy said it might be a secret scout signal. We don't have scout books, so... The doubts about being a legitimate signal from real scouts. We're not risking walking into a bandit trap. Better just forget we saw anything. Mary Jane was supposed to be back in a few days. It's been too long for something bad's happened to her. Ted's still sick. Ted needs water. Dolores is to eat. Alright. And here's where we die. Yeah, we're gonna send somebody out. It's just simple. We're bored, it's too quiet, and we're desperate craving entertainment. The solution also seems simple. Somebody could give our old harmonica a spin. Who's best suited to give us a high-quality mouth organ concert? A decision has to be made. Yeah, Dolores. Say Dolores has no ear for music would be too generous. She made a long series of abominable discordant sounds, claiming she nailed it. It was bad. The terrible sounds gave us some splitting headache and made us feel physically sick. We threw around tomatoes at her, but sadly the only tomatoes we have are liquid in form. And it's simply not worth it to waste soup on this. We've served enough for one day. Ted is hungry. Timmy needs food and water. Dolores needs water. I can't do anything about food, but alright for Timmy, but here we go. And we'll send Timmy out. Take the axe. Timmy went out to the wasteland. I don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. Oh, so I don't need food and water right now. Someone on this expedition, we noticed an abandoned tank just sitting there out in the open. It looks damaged, but might contain useful supplies. With someone to investigate. Yes. Nope, we're dead. Tank was equipped with protective gear, including a spare gas mask. Now it's ours. That needs water. And that's literally... That's it. That's the last of supplies. We're dead. It's insane. We keep finding spiders everywhere. We can't do anything about them. Alright. While we were asleep, Sherikov made short work of those pesky spiders. It chased them around until all of them ran away through cracks in the shelter walls. Let's hope they stay gone for good. Well, we don't have any food, so we're just going to keep starving. Dear, just remembered we plan on taking a trip south in 2 months. Alright. Our location is probably something we'll be able to discuss after we get out of here. Ted keeps coughing. Doris has been putting on a brave face. He must be starving. Doris is quite ill. Doris will not survive without water any longer. We don't have any water, so there's nothing we can do. It's been searching intently our supplies all day. Its eyes are piercing. You can probably feel the tension rising in our shelter as well as a sense of danger. It's supposed to be how cats communicate that it's time to eat. Should we share some supplies with our furry friend? We don't have any. We are screwed. If it's hungry, we can just go outside and hunt some mutant rodents or insects. We just can't allow the cat to eat a whole can of soup. It looked angry, but there was no retaliation. Not yet, anyway. I don't have any supplies, so I can't do anything there. The rock we got from Old Man Jim really was a lucky one. Today, he came back carrying a big bottle full of fresh, cool water. It's very generous and allowed us to drink from it. This should quench our thirst in the days to come. So for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. Poor house completely destroyed above our shelter. So it's kind of devastating. Where will we live after we get out of this mess? Sure, your face not cruel enough to keep pushing us to Dolores' sister in Toronto. Recognizable furniture in the kids' room were burned desks and Mary Jane's bed. There was a hidden stash under the bed. It was full of soup cans. Got 2 more soup. Our kitchen is a pile of rubble. It took us weeks to find those lovely chairs that matched the floor tiles. Now that they were never found, only a few bottles of water remain scattered in the dirt. 2 more water. Car blew up. It's now a piece of metal junk in some fantastically incomprehensible way. The spare rifle in the trunk survived all that and still works, so we got another rifle. Okay, Ted needs food. Ted needs... How are they... Oh, I guess they just... Oh, because... Right, because the old man was there. Okay. Ted needs food. Dolores needs food. Timmy needs food. It's just they all need food. I can work with that. So high-tech setup involving paper, cups, and yards of string. The agent rang in with our next top-secret mission that will surely land us in the VIP bunker very soon. They want us to go on a successful expedition and write down what we saw in the journal. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, right? Sure. They left the surface. We hope we'll be back soon. Graciously agreed to fulfill the request. They thanked us for doing our civic duty and promised to be back with more information soon. Dolores needs to eat. Dolores needs water. Timmy needs to eat. Timmy needs water. Okay. We're able to receive another message from the government. The military is preparing for a rescue mission. They want also for us at specific locations in the area. We don't have a map. Dolores needs food. And that's it. Dolores needs food. Okay. Timmy noticed this old telescope and a pile of rubble on the other side of the street. He got real excited about stargazing again. After all, the night sky is one of the very few things that still looks look about the same after the blast. Should we let Timmy go out and stare close at the sky? Sure. Timmy came back when we saw a mustache man on the moon. Why not just this? It was probably just smudged on the lens. Yes, make it for the cards. Yes, I will do that. Just double check I actually had them highlighted. Managed to work out a deal. The woman also gave us some tips about surviving the wasteland, but her advice seems pretty useless. We all know that radiation is dangerous and that hitting a rat with a stick will eventually kill it. Recon mission was risky business. We had to visit neighbors that were dicey even the best of times. The area is full of mutant cats and dogs fighting each other in gangs, all of them armed to the teeth. We made it out there alive, but the agents seem to appreciate our efforts. Let's hope these missions are actually worth it. The place is about due for an upgrade, and we're expecting the government shelter to have an excellent bathroom, maybe even a hot tub. Ted needs food. Dolores needs water. Timmy needs water and food. Well, that's it for our soup cans. We'll turn our bands around. Running to them would be a big mistake. We'll send someone else. Send someone out anyway. We wish we could just leave. Sitting down here, we're going to do is drive us crazy. If I made it day 60, I'm calling that a win. As long as we're safe, we can stay down here. Ted's still sick. Ted needs water. I can heal one of them anyway. We'll see if, how useful that ends up being. He's sick anyway, so I don't even know it's worth it, but... Sharkov considers our shelter its home now. We might as well try to get along. We'll try to carry it around and pet it on the head. All cats like a good pet, and Sharkov should hopefully be no exception. Otherwise, any attempt to touch a cat could lead to our untimely death. So we try playing with him? Sure. I was honestly expecting the cat to kill me. I should rub its head before it ran away in panic. It was nice and soft. They say paying a fluffy animal is good for you, and sure enough, we feel slightly better. This wasn't our best idea, but at least it didn't end in a complete disaster. While chasing the cat around the shelter, we found a forgotten soup can stuck behind the shelf. Score! Tim needs water. Doris needs water and food. When he's on deck, there are people on the other side of the door, and they don't seem too friendly. In fact, they've promised a painful death at least 17 times already, and it's only been 5 minutes since they arrived. Better prepare, they'll be forcing the door open any minute now. We have the lock. Didn't think that small padlock would stop them, but turned out to be enough to discourage the unknown attackers. It seems that they gave this whole break-in a fair shot, but ultimately gave up and left. But that padlock is no shape to be used again. Think of other ways to fight off the bandits and other hungry barbarians. Able to find our home this time, what if they come back? Clearly, we're trustworthy after our last successful mission, as the agents came back with no request. We were to generously provide either a couple soup cans or some water bottles for an agent in the field. Take care of the delivery. In return, we'll be given an encouraging pat on the back and the promise of a better future in a safe government shelter. We don't have any. I'm not giving him anything, at least not this time. Timmy is hungry. Mysterious sounds are coming from a radio. They're hidden behind some static. Do you want to tinker with it? Yeah, sure. We'll try it again. Oh, it's still working. Managed to get a slightly clearer signal after twisting some knobs and pressing buttons. A female voice talked about being stranded in space. This is about her crew members going insane and eating all the soup. This could be a prank or just a crazy person, but still. We tried a way to answer her. For now, we can only listen. It's very unwise of Ted to walk right into the hands of a gang of filthy bandits camped nearby. He's not coming back. He needs water. Dolores needs water. I can only do one of them. Sure. Play a game of list of things you hate the most. Her neighbor's name came up. Yeah, Timmy. Oh, now I have a map. Open the safe, we heard a loud bang, and the room filled with thick, nasty smoke, the smell of rotten eggs. The bastard booby trapped the safe. Alright. We got the map. Doris needs food. Timmy, you're heading out. You're taking the gun. We went to the lake one. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. Finally. Sequence the map, give us all the information required. We left a message in a bottle. Doors can't remain this thirsty for long. We don't have any water, so we can't do anything. The axe. Alright, fought the gang off again. The extension of these bandits who's in charge here. We're hoping they won't come back with more friends some other time. Our expert going to fight. We don't have any water. I think we're finally dead. Seems whoever it was came at their end. After a series of terrifying screams, the radio fell silent. Just before that, a distressed woman recited her full name and address. She lives in our town. Should we take a hike to her house and find out if she left anything of value? It's not like she'll need it anytime soon. Just been swallowed by a bloodthirsty monster from outer space. At least that's what it sounded like. Sure. Address led us to a small apartment building nearby. Inside we found a work uniform, several pairs of rollerblades, and some supplies. Hopefully smells coffee, and the uniforms look like ones a diner waitress would wear. Under a ton of coffee beans in the kitchen sink, we found a stack of papers and contracts with a company called Astro Citizen. Was this lady roasted to space? Who was she? When pondering these questions while eating the tomato soup we took from her apartment, she didn't sound like she would need it anytime soon. We don't have any water, unfortunately. Anyway, a bunch of people dressed in what looked like Halloween doctor outfits. Can't do anything about that. Alright. And Dolores finally died. Let's skim not even real doctors. No, we're giving these crooks anything. Tim should return by now. We need to face the worst possible scenario. He might not be coming back. Only had a few drops of water. We could avoid what happened to Dolores died of dehydration last night. Didn't make it. These are our final words. Our advice to anyone who reads this obscured writing. Sorry for 70 days. Alright. Honestly, that went longer than I thought it would. I'm gonna end it in a bit. I'm curious about some stuff. So pacifist, defend yourself without a weapon. Duck and cover, survival is overrated. Stay to see the fireworks. The dark side, show your evil self. That's from stealing from the old people. Home sweet home, get to shelter before the bomb hits. Last 10 days. After the nuclear blast Dolores. 40 days, 20 days. Defeat 3 band attacks in one game. 216, collect 10 water bottles from your house. Die in your fallout shelter. Rescue the whole family. Doc's residence, find Dee Dee's apartment. I don't know what that's a reference to. Find a new companion, was out of the bag. Complete the drill we've done. All thumbs. Break or use something in your fallout shelter. Collect 10 soup cans from your house. Survive 5 days. Receive a gift. Alright, well, that's going to be it for now. So, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great time, wherever it may be. Bye, guys.